Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. So this video we are going to talk about one of the feature that got released in the JDK 26. So if you see this ZEF 500, so that talks about prepare to make final mean final. Final mean final, what does it mean? So we all know that Java has a final variable, right? So and final variables are meant to be the constant. Once they are assigned a particular value, they cannot be changed. That's what the story is, right? So then why they are saying that final mean final? So even if we have a class and we have that variable as a final and we have defined that way and we expect not to change, and within that class if we try to modify that, it is not possible. But if something is defined as final, there are many other ways to modify that one. You see, the reflection API is the one that can modify the modifiers, and it can do a lot of things, and it can do the same thing with the final also. It can modify that final variable also, which was not supposed to be changed. This is the one way. Another way is the serialization. You see, I have an object, I can serialize it, I can create a file out of it, I can transport that to some other machine or something, and while deserializing that one, I will be recreating that constructor, right? So I can, that time also I can modify that fields. These are the two ways that finals can be modified. So in these cases, finals are not essentially final, so that is going to change with the JDK 26. If you use JDK 26 and try to modify the final fields using reflection and serialization, there is going to be warning. That is what this J is talking about. It's not going to break anything or do anything around that one. It is just going to do a warning around this one. Let me show you an example. First, simulate it with the help of reflection, how it can be modified with the serialization also, and then see in the JDK 26 how it is changing, like what is the picture that is coming into this one. So you see this one, I have a very simple example in here, like app configuration, right? So that's what in the realistic examples that we have, right? So we have a properties file and all, we define the final app configs, and initially this is assigned a value original key, and I have only the get methods, not a setter method in here, right? So if I run this one, I create this one, I should be able to get this one. And how do we change this one? That is the picture coming in here, like this is the main class that you see, and I have this instance of the app config using new, and I'm getting this before reflection config.get API key, and then I'm making use of the reflection in here. So how do I get the field app config.class? Then this is a method get declared field. So inside app config get declare field, what is the name of the field? API key. Now I have hold of that field now, right? In this field one, the next line, field set accessible as a true. I have set it, right? I have set it. Now I'm good because this is inside this object, right? So I can set new value around this one. So field dot set this config, whatever instance is this one, and this field will set the config as a hacked key, new value whatever you want to change. And now I want to get the value around this one, right? So there are two things that I want to simulate in config.get API key and field.get config API key. So whatever change is coming, that is coming in this field instance that is coming. The original instance is still unchanged. That is how the JVM is taking care of this one, right? But the thing is that we are able to modify the field in the config that is there in here, right? So from the same thing in here. So if I run this one, and if I show you the project structure in here, this is using the JDK 25, not the JDK 26. So if I run this one, you see the original key config still has original key, and after reflection this is the second line that has the hacked key in here, right? So if I just remove this one, like set accessible as a true, even if set accessible field and this one, So the point in here is that we are able to get the modified field in here, right? So that is how using reflection you can make the changes. Another example that you can see in the official document itself in here, you see class C is in here, final intx is there, and this is the constructor that is created, and here you are using the set accessible as a true. You are creating a new object out of this one. It prints 100, right? So now f dot set object, you have changed that value, and now you are getting the object dot x and it is printing the changed value in here, right? This is how you can change the value also, and this is the another way that I did in here. Now the second one is the serialization, right? So for the serialization, I have taken another example in here, that is the user session in here, which is a serialized class in here. It is implementing the serializable interface, and it has one attribute, that is role. It has this constructor, that is user session in here, and this is the get role in here, right? And this is the read object. So for now, let me just comment this out. This is not needed. We will need this while deserializing. If you understand the serialization and deserialization, read object is the one that can be used to modify or instantiate the field whatever we have in the serialized object, right? So this is not needed right now. Serialized to file, what it is doing, the main class is there, it is getting the instance of this one, it is defining it the role as a user, and it is writing an object to a file. So file output stream, it is creating that file in here, object output stream, it is doing that one, it is writing that object, whatever session object that we have, it is closing that one file, and that's it. So if I just run this one, I should be able to get a file that is a session serialization in here. Obviously we won't be able to read it because this is the Java binary code in here, right? So this is serialized, right? Now comes to the deserialization part, right? So if the first demo is that in the there is no read object or anything, right? So if I deserialize it from file, after deserialization, what will I get in here, right? User. After deserialization also I got the user, right? So serialized file, whatever it is there, it is going to be unchanged that way. Now I am introducing the read object in here. What it is doing, this one, it is default read object. It is again using the make use of the reflection in here, set accessible, set this role as an admin, and whatever object will be created will be having a role as an admin. So whatever object was serialized, that had certain state, while reading it I'm changing it using the reflection. Deserialize it again. Now you see I got the role as an admin. This is changing, and this is the way that we know that this is how we can change it. But what is changing with the JDK 26? Now let me go to the project structure in here and change the JDK version in here, right? So if you see, I have JDK 26. If you are using IntelliJ, you can download the JDK also, right? While downloading it, you can mention which version you want to use and it will do the job for you. For me, it is already there. I will select this one, the language label, come here and see the experimental feature, because this is an experimental feature at the moment in here. I'm running this one, and this is same serialization example that I will run. Now you see, this is the thing that is coming, warning, right? So this is the warning that is coming, that is what it is saying. It is not breaking anything, right? So admin, you are still able to change the values using the serialization, but warning, it's something that is coming in here. Let me show you this one also. Here also, field API key in this one app has been mutated reflectively by this and all this. And this is also giving an example, giving a use case, like giving an option. If I do not want the warning, I want intentionally my final field to be able to be modified. How can I ignore these warnings? So this is the one, while running the program, I have to run this one as a VM option, VM argument in here. So how do I do this one? Come here, edit the option in here, and modify the VM option and add VM option in here. This is how in IntelliJ that you give it in here, and I apply this one, right? So if I now run the reflection example, there is nothing in here, right? The same thing I can do in the deserialization. So if I run this now, this is giving a warning. I have to change the VM option in here, at the VM option, run, add this one, and this is gone in here. This is what this JEP talks about, JDK 26, that is, you see, prepare to make final mean final. So this is the not the experiment or anything. This is coming as a final thing. As a feature, it has been introduced in the JDK 26. If you are using JDK 26 and you are trying to modify that field there, it will give you a warning there. And how to avoid that warning, that feature flag, that VM option is also given. I hope you got thorough understanding about the final variable, how you can modify this using the reflection and serialization, and what is coming in the JDK 26, right? So yeah, that's it about this one. If you found this useful, do like this video and share it with your friends, and subscribe the channel so that you can get the notification next time I upload any of such learning videos.